What you
want the
wants to do
comfort,
what-
you know what I'm saying? Wants to
wants to-
lay with the opposite
Wait,
sex.
you mean like lay as in settle down, or like lay as in just
Colombia.
around?
Like, just talk about the physical.
Oh,
You
okay,
know,
okay.
your body wants that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, for me, like even just putting religion or faith apart,
Yeah.
I just don't think it's proper. You know, to go and have this sexual relationship outside of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, I look at you guys. You know, I pray for you every day, and I know the pressure can be very hard.
Wait.
You know. Listen first.
Because the way you're talking, bro.
Listen first.
Okay, land.
You know, so I pray for you guys. You know, I don't know what's going on, but the music, the stardom, all the girls around, and the places you guys can frequent sometimes. I know there will be moments of weakness. You know, there will be moments of weakness.
No sign
Yeah.
of weakness, like Brona said, bro.
Ajay.
No sign
You
of
know,
weakness.
there'll be moment of weakness, and you go out there, start, you know, peppering all these ladies, and I'm like,
Bro said paper and I'm dead.
you know, and I don't want that for you guys, you know. But at the end of the day, I may not want that, but you guys gotta make the decision. But I feel like by the
What's
time,
your question?
Yeah.
Bro, like, why are you driving out with this?
no, it's too late to lay the foundation.
Okay.
That do you guys value chastity?
Yeah, like you know, just
What's
honoring
on?
your body and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
bro. Like, bro, do you know what? Okay, I'm gonna tell you something.
He looked
bro.
at me.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't. Okay, let's just leave that to this corner.
This guy.
I'm not gonna go far with that. But what I would say is that
Hey, it's a free podcast, man.
No,
Say
of
what you
course,
think.
Of course. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Again, let me speak for myself. I'm very, very particular about the people that I give my energy to in general. Like, again, everyone, see, let me even tell you something. All my friends that have been around me,
Yeah.
like over the last maybe 10 years or something, they can all name the number of women they've seen around me. Like maybe, like you could, on your one hand, you could name like, you can't say I've seen CASSO with this. Like, I'm not that type of person, bro. Like, if I bring you around, like, it has to be deeper than like physical.
Surface.
Do you
Yeah.
understand? So I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm holy or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like there's a conscious effort to try to not share your energy with somebody else.
Yeah.
Whether it be like, no, I'm serious. Like, whether it be sexually or physically
Yeah.
or mentally. Because like I said, I really am big on, like, I don't like people stressing me, bro. I feel like I feel like I have a lot of stress in my life already.
Fact.
Like, I've been dealing with
Fact.
stress all my life.
Fact.
I don't need somebody to come and stress me, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, the women that I'm around is one, we're either like just friends or like they're actually people that I'm looking at and be like you said, maybe this is somebody I could potentially be with,
Yeah.
right? Or they're just smart people. Like, there's, shout out my homegirl here. Like, there's a friend I have, out of privacy, I'm not going to mention the name, but like, she's one of the most brilliant minds that I've come across as a woman. Like, she's very industrious, very, like, she's putting me on businesses and opportunities, right? She's putting me on game. She's telling me things. And like, as a man, there's certain things that you can see as a man that a woman can see, or that you can't see as a man, that a woman can see.
Yeah.
That they could pitch you on.
Yeah.
And they will put you on. And like, when you try those things, you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. So like, for those reasons, I have women around. So it's not always like a sexual thing, bro. Like, honestly, like, it's not always like there's women around, it's sexual. No. Like, matter of fact, it's very hard for me personally to like be sexually attracted to someone that I don't respect. Like, outside of your beauty, like, if you're just fine, it's nice, it's appealing to the eyes and like, bodily reaction because we're human beings and, biology and all that. But like, to actually engage that person, I have to respect, like, I have to think you have sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you're someone that I'm looking at and I'm like, I don't think this person has sense. I can't engage with them in any type of way. So like to your question, it's not as we actually stay away from that as much as we can. Like being in those type of situations.
Yeah.
Like being outside, being in the clubs, because the truth is, and personally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doing it out of like maybe I'm trying to be holy or something.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's more about just maintaining your energy. Because once you start, as you know, once you start engaging, being sexual with people, you're exchanging certain forms of energy in general, right?
Yeah.
And like you don't want that to like mess up what you have going on. So it's not even from like a spiritual or like biblical part of life. It's just like I just really don't want that stress. Yeah. So like we end up I end up abstaining from all those things.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, because that's my point. Like a lot with younger guys, like even younger than me, like all the guys. Because you know, there's this big conception where it's like, oh, only like in a lot of people's mind, it's like only girls should protect their body. Like that's what is generally accepted. Like, oh, just the girl. Like if the guy goes and you know knock a lot of people, that's fine. Sometimes they give them like praise.
Me too. I'm trying to save myself for my wife. I'm saving myself for my wife. Keep going,
bro. Nah, but you know, like,
I feel like I always had a different view. I'm like, no, man, like you gotta. That's why I waited until I was married, because I'm like the person who needs to take my body. Like you gotta deserve it. I'm not just
facts.
So you're a baddie then. Bro, I said you gotta deserve these. Okay, you giving it out. Hey man, tell them though, for real.
Yeah, I just want guys like to, you know, this guy. Yeah, I just want guy to, you know, like you said, like a part even of because I do have the faith and I believe what the Bible said, but outside of that, I want guys to start respecting their bodies. Yeah. Like you are valuable. Don't just give your value just like that to whoever and just.
There should be some pride in it. Like you should have some pride in yourself. Like me personally, I have certain type of pride. It's like I shouldn't be associating with that person in that way. Yeah. Just in general. And when I say that person, it's not like looking down on them as per like you could be the prettiest person ever, right? And it's just like, bro, you don't have substance. Like to me, that's what attracts me. Other than the physicality of it, obviously. But it's like I need to like you as a person. Like I need to, outside of anything sexual. So like I'm with you on that for sure. And when I say that, for the people listening to the podcast, like I be saying that like people don't believe like, oh, this guy, you're the type of guy that messes around and you're an artist and you're always outside. Like for real, like I don't be doing all of that. Honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm innocent. You know, I have my times, but in general, I'm not a guy that is just out there.
No, I can believe that. Like I said, I can relate to many points. A lot of people back in Africa, like a lot of people, because I was in a relationship, like my first girlfriend. And but the thing, even when I had a girlfriend, like I was always open about it. You know, I went to see their parent and be like, okay, we want to be.
In Africa, you went to see their parents?
Yeah, I was a crazy one, bro, because I always believe, I always believe like if I'm going to be with someone, bruh, I'd rather put it out there because at the way it's also like to safeguard myself, because I know that if your dad knows, if your mom knows, their eyes are always gonna be on me. So there's less like margin for.
That's courageous of you, bro. Bro, I remember my college ex told me that I had to meet her parents as a kid coming from Africa. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no.
I'm like, you want me to meet your parents? She's like, yeah, you have to. Like, that's what they do. I'm like, are you serious?
But until I'm absolutely sure, bruh, say this.
Bro,
you.
I met her dad, bro. I was so bro. I was 18 years old meeting my girlfriend's dad.
What was that?
Bro, I was so nervous, bro. I like literally that was the first time. Cause bro, growing up, like bro, nobody be introducing their girlfriends to their parents, Until you. That's why African parents like to their daughters, they be like, you can't follow any man, they'll monitor you and all that. And then when you're like 20, whatever,
they want you to be married.
Exactly. Because I remember my sister saying like, how you expect us to see husbands where like you expect that man to fall from the sky? Because all our lives you've been like, don't follow men. And then all of a sudden one day it's like, where are they? Where's your husband? Like, where is this husband supposed to come from?
Oh man, I love this conversation, bro. But now we're gonna finish on some we always keep the good stuff at the end.
Yeah.
And for me, the good stuff is always spirituality.
What's happening? Like, hey, they focus on me.
They put tension for the podcast.
Bro, they don't stress you down. I don't do like, no.
So I loved it because when we started the podcast, when I asked you guys like about where music started for, and in your stories, like you literally choir,
Yeah.
you like some of the first performance was in the church and everything like that.
Yeah.
What, like, I wouldn't say like what made you leave the church because I don't think you guys left the church. You still serve at your church. You still play piano. I saw a video. I didn't know. I don't know if you played well, if it was good, if it was just for show.
Nah, he plays actually.
But so you still serve in your church, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you go, I guess.
Yeah.
I've been inviting you to come to church with me, but
One of these
still
days.
one
One of
day.
these days, bro.
So my question is like, what made you guys kind of
Move away.
I wouldn't really say move away because I don't think
Are you
I don't
Like what created the distance?
Are you
Yes.
saying with the music?
with the music.
Oh,
with the
okay,
music.
okay.
Like what
with the music.
Yeah, with the music.
Like Christian music?
Yeah.
Or church type of music?
like your church type of music
okay,
or
okay.
what
Yeah.
what made you guys go from like that to be like in the secular realm?
Bro.
And
Yeah.
and the stipulation that I'm asking that because like I'm on a mission to try to keep the great artists who start from the church to stay in there.
Baba, not
Because wait first,
I don't
wait
get
first,
You have
wait
Lee
first,
you have
wait
Lee
first, wait first, wait first.
You have Lee Cree, you
Wait.
have Messi Chiu. You have Gideon. It's a lot of
Gideon.
artists already,
Wait.
bro.
No, listen first.
Okay.
Why am I saying that? Because it's a recurring it's a recurring issue. Well, I wouldn't say issue, but it's a recurring event, if I can say. The likes of Beyonce, they start from the church and then boom.
Yeah.
The likes of the Usher, a lot of all of this. They start in the church and then they migrate. Now that I have two living testimonies, living people here, so
Yeah.
I want to know that way I can know how to keep these people in.
Okay. First of all, me, I don't feel like I've left the church.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, nor am I leaving the church just because with the kind of music I make. My music is just the story me I want to tell. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could wake up one morning and I'm like, okay, this, like my song Blessings,
Yeah.
right? That I recorded here. And it was just, thanking God for blessings, all the blessings. So, to me, right, it doesn't mean I've left the church. Like, if you listen to my songs, it's not like I'm like vulgar with my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like, or anything. It's just me saying, okay, I saw this girl and I like her. Or like, there's this girl I was with and she broke my heart. That's like the general theme. So it's like, me, I don't feel like that means I've left the church. It's just my way of saying like, okay, I've experienced this. Let me put it on a song. Right? It doesn't mean I've left the church. Like, I'll still go in church, sing hymns, play keyboard, play saxophone. I'm still doing all that. Right? It's just the story that I've decided to tell on my songs.
Just to stay a little bit on
Yeah.
you before we move to him, because there's some of your songs like you said, most of the time when I listen to your song, it's like I don't hear vulgarity.
Yeah.
But then there's some people say that there's some double entendres, like you are saying things that are pretty filthy, but
Yeah.
you don't say the filthy word.
That reminds me of when you were like, what was it you said? You were like, bro, you're not vulgar, but you get very close. You
Yeah.
remember saying
Yeah.
that to me? I mean, but the thing is, like, at the end of the day, is art, right? Like, you may see a painting on the wall. Like, the way I see that painting is different from how, like, CASSO sees that painting.
For sure,
right? That's what music is to me, right? On the song, I may be like, oh, maybe I saw this girl walking down the street. I approached her. Like, to someone, that may mean something else. Like, oh, I don't do all these things with her. But me, I'm just saying, like, I approached her. You get what I'm saying? No. So at the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, is like your interpretation of what, like, the message I'm passing. If you want to interpret it like, oh, I'm doing this, like, that's up to you. But then I've done my own part of passing whatever message it is that I feel like I'm trying to pass in that song. It doesn't mean like it doesn't necessarily mean like I'm passing the message that person is interpreting. Yeah.
What about you, big man? Rapping the church, man. You could have been our own Lecrae, man. What
Nah,
happened,
you
bro?
already got Lecrae, bro. No, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. I feel like my thing in general with music or like with the church is I've seen a lot of like hypocrisy with church. And like I'm not obviously there's like good parts for sure. But I've been in churches where because when I was younger, I was actually like really in the church, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen things that happened from people whom I like have respect for and like put at the highest pedestal, right? And then things come out. And I'm like, I think there was a slow realization of like, these people are just humans.
Yeah.
And they're just in the church to do a certain job. Now, I'm not saying it's everybody.
Yeah.
Like obviously there are good Christians and all that, right? But just to give you a feedback, like, because you're asking, like, wondering why people are like distancing themselves, is like, I feel like, just like I was saying with your music, when you hear contemporary Christian music, there's always a factor of like, it has to be this way or the highway. Like it has to be, you have to be this, you have to be that. Like Christianity, a lot of the Christianity flow sounds like a task. I think like the message has to change, at least for me. And like the people giving out the message, the way that they say it, they always said it like they were without sin.
Oh, okay, I see.
They're not humbling themselves, like in the presence of God and all that, right?
Yeah.
So like when you're passing a message and you're saying something, I know it's like, ignore the preacher, hear the message and all that. But
Yeah.
if you're somebody that I know that even outside of church, I have mentors because I was young and like people be like, oh yeah, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing that. And then you hear things about the person and you're just like, bruh, how you telling me all this?
Yeah.
And like you're not even
You do that,
you're not
yeah.
even doing it. So like to me, that kind of like threw me off a lot when it comes to like just distancing myself a little bit. And it's not like I've never stopped believing. I don't even think I can not believe in God. Like God has shown himself in my life multiple times in multiple ways, right? So like the whole spirituality of like God and believing in God, I do. I don't believe in everything like certain like religion. Like I don't think there's one religion that has everything like correct, right? So like because of that, when I make music, I really feel as if like my talent is a blessing from God, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like what I create at the moment is what I'm supposed to create, if that makes sense. Like again, I'm not. When I hear a beat, and one thing that you've said, like, because you've seen me make music here,
Yeah.
I'm actually very quick with like writing and creating music. And the reason is because once I hear the beat, there's something that is inspiring me already,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm tapping into it as the things that I'm supposed to be doing, right? Because I feel like it's God's given talent to like be able to do what I do. Now, it's a different case of like making music. And it's not like we've made good music together. Like it's
Yeah.
not like I'm shying away from it. I have no issues with making Christian records. Like, we made My Peace, wonderful record. We did that one that we never released, right?
Yeah.
Like even my next single actually is kind of like a worship-ish song where it's like I'm just thanking God for like my life and like just kind of saying like, yo, Hosanna, like thank God. I don't really know where I would be without like, so it's not like I'm moving away. It's just I don't feel compelled to make Christian specific music.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that that's always what people need at certain times. Like you can make music that is good, and that's why I love your music. And back to your point is like if you really want to win more people over, like Christian music has to follow the path of like the type of music you make. Because it's like you're not condemning people. You're not like you're not fear mongering them. Like you're not putting fear into them. You're just making good music. Whether it's like uplifting music. Like My Peace, for example. The lyrics on that song, like, it's not really like, oh, like, be religious or like you're gonna go to hell or like, you know, don't sin or like once you sin or if you do this. Obviously, everyone knows according to the Bible, fornication is bad, adultery is bad. But like if you're telling me that on a record constantly and I'm struggling, you should be telling me how to escape those things, not condemning it, and like so like that's why I record like my piece, you know. And if you give for my soul, and you know,
Yeah.
it's not really gospel. It's just like it's just uplifting music. So like if Christian music can be more of that, to me, I have no issues. Like because I can make those type of music a lot. It's just like when I hear Christian again, I hear like
There's that cliche already, like
the
that
cliche
image.
Christian type of music. So I wouldn't say I really moved away. Like Jay, like kind of like tap into Jay's point is like you just make music based on what you're feeling and what you want to express. And sometimes it's not you're not always as a creative, you're not always in the mood of like uplifting. It could be sorrow, it could be pain, it could be anger. Like I think that's all part of being a creative person. So yeah, man.
Thank you guys for sharing that. That's very important. Yeah, I think I think like just you guys are explaining, there's this part of like first of all you gotta leave what you believe, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of time like it can get very muddy, especially if you have people who will present one face and then do something else, you know. But one point that you brought that I like, because I've been talking about it with my wife and my sister-in-law. One point that you brought, you know, like, and I thank God that you realized that you said like you know, growing up but it came to your mind that okay, people are going to be people. Because that's very important, and what is really important is like your own personal relationship with God. And you know, and Jesus, because that's what's gonna save you. Because men we're all gonna be human. You know, like even me who love the Lord, who pushing the Lord, I know that I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. That's why I don't want to tell people, or I don't want to appear to people like I'm perfect. You know, that's not what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, when I deceive you, and if your relationship with God was not as powerful, but you were really close to me, then I become a stumbling block for you. You know, so I think that as Christian, we gotta be more just open for you know, open and be free with the people. So yeah, that's good, man. So
I feel like we need to break the table for this podcast. Like we need to have one break table conversation that will just like take it far, bro. Like honestly. But no, this has been great, bro. This has been really
man. So we're about to wrap up, but
let me ask you before we wrap up.
Go ahead, brother.
What the same question that you asked, because like you also like now you're married obviously, but like
yes, sir.
How did you handle the temptations that you got? Did you ever fall short of it at some point? I mean, I know you say you kept yourself unto marriage, but bro, you know that you're talking about the main events, but there are like other side fights that will be happening. You know, so like, how did you navigate those? Or like, how did you deal with them? How did you, if you engage in them, how did you, maybe forgive, because you're a Christian man, so I don't want to say forgive yourself, but like recover yourself or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, like, I think one thing that was big and that helped me personally, it's like I learned from my big brothers and my older sister, because I'm the youngest in the family, you know. So I have two sisters, like they had children out of wedlock, you know. Yes. But I understood what led to that early. It was because of African parents being very strict, and my parents, my dad being a pastor, and just being very strict. It's like it was that form where before my sisters and everybody really just came to accept God and chose him from themselves. They were trying to appear to be kind of holy, but then there's that defiant, because if it's all about fear mongering, then people gonna try to go and defy it. Tell people don't sleep around or don't go with the guys. Then they'll try to go behind and do stuff like that, right? So I saw that happening with my sisters. I saw that. I saw the testimony of my brothers, like acting recklessly, but in like behind the doors without my parent knowing. And then when everything came to light, I saw how that broke my parent, but also how that broke my sisters themselves, and how that broke my brothers. So growing up, I was like, I don't want to be like that. That's why I was the crazy one, because if I felt like, and I wasn't also like a womanizer, I can think in my entire life, I personally dated just 3 girls that I dated.
Like dated.
Yeah, that I dated.
Dated, like, there's a nuance now. Is it dated or in a relationship? Like, what's dated? Why are we
Those
defining
3
that?
girls you were with.
Like,
No,
in a relationship.
Yeah, we're actually dating like the long period of time
Okay,
too.
because
you know?
nowadays, like, these kids, dating is different.
Exactly.
Like, so, like, what do you...
Yeah, that I was in relationship. I always tell, like, when I tell my story, like, there's a lot of girls, like, there's a lot of girls who dated me, but I didn't date them. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that I dated,
But I say, you're just dating yourself. We're not in this together. Bro, that is so funny.
crazy, bro.
They dated you, but I didn't date them. I feel like Jay's going to use that on the record that he's dropping. Bro, that is so funny.
Nah,
bro.
I have to now, bro. I have to
What?
tell your story.
yeah, one day I'll tell you guys.
Bro said they dated me, I didn't date them. That is crazy, bro. What?
Yeah.
That-
But those one though
Hey,
that
yo.
I was in relationship with,
Yeah.
because I saw how things happen with my siblings. That's why I'll go and tell their parent, because I was like, if I tell my parent, I tell their parent, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Then it just takes away all the
Yeah,
because
that
I
makes
know
sense.
I'm a human being. Like, things may happen, but if you have a lot of people like really watching over you guys, there's more chance for you to not slip up. You know, that's even the story of my
Fair enough.
my wife now. Because when I moved here, I moved here in 2012, right? And I knew her since we were a kid, but I didn't really like her even when we were a kid, you know. But when we moved here, that's why I say I relate a lot with what you're saying. I feel like we have kind of the similarities, because what really got me into my wife was her brain. She's super smart. When I got here, I realized she was super smart. Like, she graduated first in her class. Like, she had, like, I don't know how they call it, valedictorian or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what attracts me. Like, someone who I can have deep
Right.
conversation.
Right.
So when first of all, her dad takes me in, and then we kind of feel each other. And I was like, well, I got to tell your parent.
Yeah.
Imagine her dad, like, he's a straight African parent, and he knew me since I was a kid. Now I'm there, look at him and his wife and be like, I love your daughter.
That's crazy.
I don't even
bro.
have a job. I don't have a status, because at that time I was just
Yeah, you
applying
just-
for my
yeah.
asylum. So no status, nothing. She's going to college. So her
She's
dad,
just going to college.
she was going to college.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
So her dad
Guy now
was
with his shot.
her dad was like, no, he was mad. He was like completely
bet.
no. He was like, he was not for it. But I was like, but I can't lie to you because I'm living in your house. I mean, I'm feeling your daughter. If you don't know it, then that would give me like some.
Yeah, it makes you feel bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that would give me some, some leeway to do things I should don't not do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, but I think it's,
honest.
yeah, it's just like being honest, knowing your shortcomings, man.
Yeah.
That's really what helped me. Like, just knowing my shortcomings, knowing that if I don't let it out, if I don't have people knowing, then I'll fall. And
So how
yeah.
did that turn out? Like, how did he take it? Like, eventually you just accepted or what?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, my father-in-law really accepted the fact when I proposed to his daughter.
Oh, okay.
And that was like 4 years after we dated. Because we started dating in 2012 when she was going to college, but then I proposed to her in 2016. Because by 2016 I was able to
Right.
find a job,
Yeah.
leave his house,
Get a
go
ring.
get into my own space.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll just say that, man, it's this thing, man. Give me a second. There you go. Yeah, I'll just say, like, being honest, knowing your weaknesses, and just decide to not. Yeah, it's all about decision, man. It's all about decision. But there's no way you can do it by yourself. Like, you gotta pray. You gotta know I'm weak here. I need prayer, and I need accountability.
Yeah.
A lot of young people today. Hopefully, you guys like accountability, but a lot of young people today, they don't like accountability. They feel like they can just go about their life. And don't get me wrong, your life, you should not share it with everybody, but you should have, like, at least one person that you can trust, that they can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Who will not just be a yes man to everything that you do.
Yeah.
He will look at you and be like, bro, this is messed up.
Yeah.
Don't do it,
100%.
So
100%.
Facts.
You know what's funny? Like,
yes, sir.
I've also only ever had 3 girlfriends ever.
Ooh.
Yeah, bro. I'm actually a good guy.
Yeah.
What?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, with me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like I feel that though. I understand. That makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah, I feel like
Good stuff,
I
good stuff.
I really connect a lot. Like one day I'll give you guys like my full story. Cause my full story is crazy. That's why I say I connect. Cause a lot of people growing up they thought I was a womanizer. Cause I had a lot of friends who were girls around me.
Yeah.
A lot of girls they wanted to be with me. That's why I say like they were dating me. Cause I would literally say, I'm not interested in this. But they'll be like, but we can try. I'm like, okay, you can stay until you're tired, you go. It's fine. And that's how it was.
You done?
Bro.
You know,
Bro,
but
say that. Bro, I'm finna put that on my Instagram notes, bro. Say the girls that were dating me, but I was not dating you. Nice, bro. That what?
guys, this was the podcast. I'm gonna play this one song that I did with my bros here. You know what I'm saying?
What
We
song
connect at
is
so
this?
much level, bro. We play soccer together. We make music. Like I just love hanging out with these dudes, man. And
Yeah, we love
like-
hanging out with him too. He ain't pressuring us about nothing. He's a Christian man, but he takes it easy and like
And
he
there's
does
one-
the Lord work slowly, not with force.
I love one thing that CASSO tested me one day. He was like, Baba, it's like you trying to turn me into a Christian artist. I was like, slowly but surely we'll get there. Man, this song, man, this song right here was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
This one right
it's
here
a
was a lot of
record,
fun
bro.
recording,
It's a
man.
record, It's a record.
That's CASSO right there.
Yes, sir.
First of all, don't go they look at me like Gen Z. See, I don't pattern no be today. See, your bank game no fit to test me. First class thing, go check the degree. If you wanna come try me, on a full ground you see, I'm a baller now. No like to they blow my steez. But for this song, me I give you walk. And you run leave it them like I no talk too much. Paparazzi talk up to they snap a picture. All these flashing lights won't make me lose my focus. Now my music
favorite
spreading
part.
like a staffy local cost. Music way sweet like Fefen and Fe. Where do it sweet like Fefen and Fe. Ooh wee.
Say you wine with me, small picking. Say you wine with me. He said I be small picking.
You know what that means, right? So you didn't whine me.
It's like, are you bothering me or something like that, right?
How many times when I go drop this ready for the head up? This one I slap, but how many times when they go tap me? See you so joke and you know say I like comedy. Team up me one trabaye, alaye malo farawe. Internationally bad man, locally nonsense they come my way. Brother, when I drop it they move across border. I don't really mote America. Oh my nigga, I'm the nigga. I say you know fit to pass me. This one a high key, I did low key, but they know me. I'm up and never fake, boy I'm too real. When this tease is a breezy too easy.
Record.
This guy.
Record.
Alright, guys, you guys have any last word before we wrap up? Like, where can people follow you guys? Where can they listen to your music?
Follow me on Instagram, BM CASSO, BMCASSO. Again, it's BMCASSO. Where I'm out in stores, Spotify, Apple Music, Audio Mac, YouTube, what have you. And on Twitter too as well. Tap into now. If you love Afrobeat, if you love rap, if you love versatility, follow BM.
Yes, that's what BM.
Yeah.
And you, sir?
Oh, what up? What up, my people? I go by the name J Ray Superstar, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. But I already said that. To find me is JRAY official on social media platforms. So that's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. All of that stuff is the same thing. JRAY official. You're gonna put it on the screen for y'all.
For sure.
And to keep up with me on Apple Music, Spotify is the letter J apostrophe RAY.
Yeah, don't forget that apostrophe.
Don't forget the apostrophes on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what Jerry right there. That's what Jerry right there. That's what Jerry.
Yeah, like the other side of me, the British CASSO is not on the plane. Not like we're doing the podcast, innit? You understand? Yeah, follow my man DJ. The podcast.
Yes, sir.
As real as it comes from. You get me?
Yeah,
if
man.
you want to tap into the
Famalam.
Famalam, bro. You get me? If you want to tap into the truth,
For
as
sure,
real, as raw. Pause.
Pause.
Pull up on Gideon.
Hey,
Tap
pause.
in.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Like you guys know, this podcast, he said, let's see where it goes. You guys saw where it went. It's not scripted. We just come and have like the most authentic, conversation. And it's crazy because, I play with these guys almost every week, but today I even learn more about their stories, man. That's what I love, man. Just having real conversations.
Yeah.
And so we're going to let you on this, but we're going to get out with this song that is popping everywhere. That's one of their last joint together.
Yes,
so
sir. Hold me down.
Go stream it.
that,
You know what I'm
stream that,
saying?
stream that.
The video is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the video is big budget, man.
Yeah.
That video is big budget, man.
Yeah.
It was big budget.
So sweet.
The bad. It's got like 50 million.
Like my love was not enough.
Not really though.
That's the reason.
So why is your voice that high?
So would you give me a chance to just rock my wrong? Cause I've been dreaming of a
No
walk
Marty.
where we
No Marty.
telling me she get another person. Tell her say me I go fight the best.
way.
Me I fit to fight it like a Tyson. Me I no dey fear any person, no way. Follow me go when I go treat you better.
He harmonized himself.
Tell all the men say you go sit them later. They try to fall in, then go for gutter. In the shawty walk, me mama share proper. Hold me down, cool me down, love me now. Hold me down, cool me down, love me now.
Love you guys. See you guys soon.